Welcome to Community Talk. My name is Dana Bickford, and I am the founder of Parenting Again. And Parenting Again is a community group for grandparents raising their grandchildren or any relative caregiver. The reason that we have this group is I am raising my grandchild and have had him for 9 years, and I felt that I all of a sudden didn't belong anywhere. I was too old to be in a social group with parents with young kids, and I was with people that were almost empty nesters, and they didn't want to hang around with people that had kids. And so I really felt like I just didn't fit in, and I really began to get a stirring in my heart for having some kind of a group for grandparents raising their grandchildren. We all have gotten our grandchildren or whoever we're caregiving for any number of reasons. There's as many reasons as there are children out there. And the main thing that I wanted to do was to start this group so we could just have a place to come to where people got us. And so I moved here to Enid from Florida about 15 months ago. And in September, last fall, we started this group called Parenting Again. We meet on Wednesday evenings, and Emmanuel Enid has been very gracious to provide a place for us to meet. We meet every Wednesday from 6 to 7:30. There is a meal that because I know a lot of concerns that grandparents don't go places because they don't have a place to leave their grandchildren. At least that was what I experienced. And so we chose Wednesday because there are activities for children at Emmanuel Enid if you choose to have them there. There's also a meal that they provide. It's $5 for adults and $3.50 for children 5th grade and under. And for infants all the way through high school, there are activities. So we meet from 6 to 7:30. So what I want to share with everybody is that we are here. I know from experience there are hundreds and thousands of us grandparents. They say about 25% of the grandparents in the United States are raising their grandchildren. And again, I say there's just no place for us to go. So we started this group. And what I want to share with you today, I know I was introducing the group back in September here on Community Talk. And since we started, we have really touched some lives, which has been a real blessing to me in that we have people coming, and I had asked some of them to come today to share with me, and they weren't able to come. So I'm going to share with some testimonies that they have said, is that one person in particular, had been sharing with her family and friends situations that were going on, and they all say things with intent. They care. They just don't know what we're going through. They can't relate, just like anything else until you've been through it, you can't relate. And she rushed into our community group one evening and said, I can't stay very long, I've got someplace else to go, but I just wanted to tell you that I'm here because I told my family, no, I'm not listening to you. I don't want to hear what you have to say, what anybody has to say. I'm going to my group because they get me and they will give me a better way to think it through and some better advice. Not that they didn't love their family or their friends, just that they knew that we got what they were going through, even though we go through different situations. There's a couple that come, and they have a grandchild that they've had all her life. And as they were leaving, actually it was 2 Wednesdays ago, we were talking about what were some of the benefits of being there and who else did they know and that they could share the word with. And I didn't know how our group had impacted them until the gentleman said, oh, Dana, you don't know how empowered we feel by being a part of this group, in that they had made decisions on things that they didn't even know were options that they could make. They had made decisions on things that they had toyed back and forth with but didn't want to cause conflict with their adult child, and then had approached that. Several things that they had done that they listed to me. And then the word that really impressed me was they said, we just feel empowered now that we know that we have options. And so I just would encourage you. I would bet that anybody watching this knows someone who is either raising a grandchild, or you are raising a grandchild, or another child that's not necessarily used. We had a gal coming that was raising her cousin's child. And then we even have a grandparent coming that doesn't have full custody or have her grandchild full time, yet she is a major caregiver of that grandchild. And so anybody is welcome that has major care of a grandchild or a relative. And I guess I also want to share with people, I think when they hear the word support group, I think maybe of something different, that maybe there's, they need help. And yeah, we do. I admit it. I needed some help. I just needed somebody to get me. And so I like to refer to us more of as a community group, or community group, where we're just people that have something in common and that we can share with each other the challenges that we have, the joys that we're experiencing. And because, you know, our life, it's not, for most of us, it is not what we planned for our life to be, yet it is what we didn't, what I say, we didn't necessarily want it. It wasn't what we wanted, but it is what we want. And there are also many challenges that people don't realize or think about, that they are, it's not just now their life has changed with their grandchild. There are finances that are incurred that, you know, happily they can do so. Some aren't able to, and so we can share those resources. And the most important thing is that their grandchild or the person that they're caring for is in a safe place. We also talk about relationships with their adult children and how to work through those relationships, and because they're all affected differently. You know, you can just imagine, I'm sure, that the different situations that they could be in for the reason that they have a child that they're raising. And so I want to just get the word out again. And so anybody that you might know, I'm going to say it again, anybody you might know, please share the word. I encourage them to watch this community talk segment. Have them email at parentingagain2017@gmail.com. That's parentingagain or 2017 at gmail.com. Or they can call me, Dana, at area code 918-630-2214. I would also, we have a Facebook page, Parenting Again, and we have a private Facebook community page, which anybody can search for and find. Only members of that private group can see the post, and we have that so that we can just keep up with each other throughout the week and ask questions. And we've really already, just in this 6 months' time, become a real tight-knit group, and as a family, we're an extended family for each other. So again, please share the word. Even if it's people you know that are out of state, they can reach us on our Facebook page. They can call me, because maybe people aren't even aware that there are groups out there, and there are groups all across the country that some are not a franchise per se, but someone has started them, and now there are multiple groups of them. We just happen to be the only one right now. I have big visions for this, that there could be groups all throughout the United States. Right now we are here in Enid, and I have people that have come that have driven an hour away to come, and so it's for anybody. Again, please contact us. We would love to help you and answer any questions that you might have. Thanks again, and thank you for joining into Community Talk.
I'm Julie Nelson with Hospice Circle of Love. We're a not-for-profit organization that helps terminally ill patients and their families, and we're at 314 South 3rd. Our website is hospicecircleoflove.com. Be watching for us on upcoming segments of Community Talk.
Welcome back to Community Talk. My name is Lisa Magyar. I am with Creative Arts Enid. We're a nonprofit art studio, and I am being joined with Tammy Wilson of Enid Event Company, but we'll get to her later. No, just funny. We'll talk about our spring break is coming up next week, and we have a lot of activities going on. We will be open every day, Monday through Friday, from 10 to 6 for Paint Your Own Pottery. We've got a lot of new pieces in. It's going to be really cool, and come join us. That's just drop in and plan probably 30 to 90 minutes for painting. We also have Mommy and Me classes, which is for toddlers and an adult. It doesn't have to be a mommy. It could be a daddy. It could be an auntie. It could be grandma. Anybody who wants to bring the toddler and just immerse into art together. That is going to be on Monday, March 19th from 9:30 to 10:30, and Thursday, March 22nd from 1 to 2. So I hope everybody got their piece of paper and pen out and are writing these things down or marking your calendar. We are also going to do open pottery lab. I don't know if anybody has like really come in and taken advantage of that, but it is going to be hand building. Make whatever you want, and we actually do that at NOC in the art building. So check our website for that information on where that is. And that's just $5 an hour per artist, so bring the kids and get muddy. And then we have our Follow Me classes, and these are a lot of fun. We have different teachers that are going to come in and teach the kids how to do a specific kind of art, and that is on every day from 11 to 12:30 is going to be the AM class, and then from 3:30 to 5 in the afternoons, we'll have another set of classes. And so we've got 10 different projects, or actually 9. We don't have it on AM Friday class, but I'm just going to leave that there maybe. And check out our website and see more about our schedule for next week. But we've got a lot of different things going on, something that should fit everybody's schedule. Today I'm on with Tammy, and we are talking about the Red Brick Road Food Truck and Art Festival. It is such a mouthful.
It is, but it's exactly what it is.
It lays it out there for you. You know what you're coming to.
That's exactly right.
When you come to the Food Truck and Art Festival. So tell us, Tammy, about the food truck part of it, because you're in
Okay.
charge of that.
Yes, so this will be the 4th year that we've done this, and we do it on the Red Brick Road, which is the only Red Brick Road in Enid, so that's thusly named. Just an interesting little tidbit about that spot is that Red Brick Road happens to be the first paved street in Enid and the last brick street in Enid, so it's kind of fun historically. But it's that 200 block of East Maple over there, just where Leonardo's is, just east of there, where the Creative Arts building is, and the Creative Headquarters building, where both of our offices are. So 4 years ago, we started this festival. We did. We brought in a few food trucks. We had live music all day, beer garden. Lisa had wanted to do an arts festival for a really long time. It was a perfect thing to marry together. So they have art down the middle of the street. We have food trucks all the way around it, and we just have a great day with all of those fun things. So this year, it's Saturday, March 24th from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And this year we have more trucks than we've ever had before. I think we've reached at least 20. We may have a few more than that now. So lots and lots and lots of different kinds of food. Of course, we have our beer garden again. We have a wonderful slate of live music. It's completely different this year than it has been in the past. We've really mixed it up a lot. I think one of the girls that's playing has been there before, and we have Ugly Ruckus again, which is great. But we've added a lot of new folks like Michael Buchanan, Austin Duplantis, a girl named Haven Alexandra, Ugly Ruckus, Haven Rose, Nick Lyon, and a guy named Joshua Yarbrough from the Tulsa area. That's all of them amazing musicians. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm super excited about our music lineup. And that'll be going all throughout the day. There's a $2 fee to get in at the gate for the purchase of you get a wristband, and then you can buy stuff from the food trucks in the beer garden. We do that to help. A lot of people ask why we do that. We do that to help pay for the cost of the musicians and putting the event on. I mean, none of that stuff comes free. So we have a lot of expenses in putting the festival together. And then at the end of it, we turn around and give a percentage of it to Creative Arts as a donation. So that helps them too. And it's just a great day. It's a lot of fun. The weather has thus far been cooperative. Yes. It's got a little chilly a couple times, but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful day. There's, like I said, lots of great music, lots of cold beer, lots of wonderful, wonderful fresh food that comes to you straight from these people's hearts that put so much effort into their food trucks, and lots of beautiful art. So many fun things to see and smell and hear and do, and And it's a great family-friendly event. This year, I am allowing dogs in. We've been asked in the past, have kind of said no because it's a food thing, but we had some people come anyway, and we just kind of decided if you can bring your dog on a leash and you clean up after them, then we're okay with having pets there this year, as long as it's, with reasonably, taken care of and those kind of things. Trying to think what else. It's one of the things that we noticed about it the first year we did it. It was kind of cool to us because we started seeing people from every background, every ethnicity, every social economic background, every different kind of group of people was showing up at the food truck festival. And what that told us was that people really do come together over food and art.
It's
So
great.
It was
I love it.
It's a really cool thing that brings the whole community out for something. And it's one of the, to me, and I attend a lot of different things around town, it's one of the most diverse events that I've been to as just even a participant. So that's exciting too. And that takes place on Saturday the 24th. And you could stay there all day and eat all day long and listen to music all day long and just have buy lots of art and have a great day.
Grab your bag, chair.
Yeah, grab your chair,
Come
grab a
out,
blanket. There's lots of
hang out
places
with
to
us.
sit.
We've got a lot of really cool artists, and I want to say like half of them are new to coming to our show. So I'm really excited about that. The word has gotten out there that we've got this great event. And some of the people have been there every single year, and they are like, I can't wait. Tell me when it is next year, because I'm going to put it on my calendar as soon as I can. So we've got handmade pottery. We have a couple of acrylic artists, and we've got oh, dang it. I knew I was forget his name. Southwest Silhouettes. I love his stuff. He does metal work, and he actually, designs it out, cuts it out, and creates it. And I've bought a piece of his every year, and they just are amazing. I just love them. So he'll be here again this year. We have a lot of photographers. It's just amazing. Also, as Creative Arts, we're going to have the opportunity for everybody to maybe paint something of their own. So we're going to have canvases available and paints available. This also is a fundraiser for us, and fundraiser for us means Park Avenue Thrift is doubling our money. So they will top and match any money that we bring in that day for the donation. So it's really great. We're also trying to put together a Garfield Youth art show. And it's open to any youth that wants to, well, not any, 6th grade and up, 6th through 12th grade. But any 6th through 12th grader who wants to make a piece of art, you don't have to be in an art class to do this. So if you just on your own want to do that, contact us, let us know you want to do that. There are going to be prizes. It is kind of getting thrown together here at the last minute, but it's something that we've wanted to do every year, is to get Enid youth involved in art and really showcase that, especially since schools have cut those budgets with art. It is such a fundamental part of life.
It is.
And it is going to the wayside, and that is really sad for us. So hopefully this will help booster that and foster those kids that really do like to do art but just don't know where or when. So if you're interested, contact us. You can email creativeartsenid@gmail.com @gmail.com. And check out our website, creativeartsenid.com. Find us on Facebook, Enid Event Company on Facebook, and learn more about the art festival. Does the festival have its own page?
We do. The Food Truck Festival is on enidevents.com. Everything that we do can be found on that website. And then there's information about the art festival on there too. And so if you have any questions about that or want to read up on it, it's on there. And I think it's going to be an exciting time.
Yeah.
You guys got a lot going on. So everybody says, I say everybody, there are a group of people that say that there's never anything to do, and they are wrong. There's lots to do. You just have to find it sometimes.
Yeah.
And they could stay busy every day of the week at Creative Arts. So
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much,
You're
Tammy,
welcome.
for joining me today on Community Talk, and join us next time on Community Talk.
Hello, I'm Clifford Porter of the Booker T. Washington Community Center, located at 800 South 5th Street. Please come out and visit us in some of our programs, and please watch for us on Community Talk.
Welcome to this segment of Community Talk. We're from the Gaslight Theatre. I'm Bryce Donaldson. This is one of my good friends and longtime cohorts, Christiane Chase. And we're both involved in the next play that's coming up at the Gaslight, which opens this Friday, the 14th. 16th, whenever it is, which opens the 16th. It's Steel Magnolias. It's a wonderful play. And we're really thrilled to be doing it. I know it's one of my favorite plays. I know it's one of your favorite plays.
It sure is. I have loved this show for a long time. This is my third time to do it. I was lucky enough to be in it when Gaslight did it first in 1991. I was playing Malin at that time, and then you directed it, I think, about 10 years later, and I played a different character. And now I'm back reprising Malin again. So it's just a thrill. I think it's such a beautiful play. So many people I find know the movie, but don't know the play, and there is a difference.
There is a difference. It's fairly subtle. I mean, it has the same structure, the same outline. Some of the characters are developed more poignantly in the play. I've, like you said, directed this twice, and I love to direct it because it gives your actors so much opportunity to express so many different emotions. It's a gem for an actor.
It really, really is. And one thing I love about the play as opposed to the movie is, the movie's great, but it was shot in a variety of locations. There are a lot more characters in the movie. All the men in their lives are in the movie, and they're not in the play. The whole thing takes place in the beauty shop, just these 6 women and their relationships with each other. And the beauty shop is almost another character in the play because it's a safe place where it's a man-free zone. I talk about how my husband would never set foot in a beauty shop. He thinks it's women's territory and maybe we all run around naked or something. So these women can get together every week in this beauty shop, in this safe, comfortable place, and let their hair down, literally and figuratively.
Yeah, and I love our beauty shop on the set.
Yes.
It's so real.
And you're the only director I know who is an expert in stage plumbing. If they ever have a course, a college course for a theater degree in stage plumbing, you should teach it.
Well, you have to wash somebody's hair on stage.
You gotta get water on stage.
We could start bringing people in and go into business as complete as that shop is.
Actually, and I'm the lucky one who gets her hair washed and rolled and dried, all in the first act, and then I go undo it and redo it at intermission, and then of course I have to go home and do it again either that night or the next morning for real life. So I definitely think I have the cleanest hair in Enid.
I'm sure that's probably true. Well, I've been really fortunate. I have wonderful actors for this show. People who are familiar with the Gaslight are going to know almost everybody. We've got Jenny Shipley, who's been around forever and is probably one of the best character actors we have.
And I think she was just absolutely born to play this part.
Oh, absolutely.
Weezer.
Yeah, the old
curmudgeon.
grump.
Yeah.
Yes, she sure, and Ship just does a wonderful job. Katina Sunball, who's been around for many years and is a very talented actor. And Donna Rogers,
Yes.
who's fairly new to our theater, but I was reading her bio, and her first play was in the Miami Little Playhouse in 1959.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So she's been around, and she's just a gem. She's a real sweetheart. We have one new actor. I try every show that I direct to bring in one brand new actor, one new person to help grow our Gaslight family and keep us fed with actors. I mean, people move on, and you know, we're the busiest theater in Oklahoma.
Definitely.
9 main stage shows every year.
Right.
That's impressive for anybody. And so it takes a lot of people. And our new one this year is Mary Porter. She's originally from Georgia. She has done community theater and theater before, but this is her first time with us. And
she's just darling.
Oh, she's doing a great job.
Yeah,
she's great.
Delightful.
And Angela Lyons,
Yes.
which she's done several shows with it, but I think this is probably her biggest role to date. And she's a sweetheart too. I'm more than thrilled with all my actors. This is going to be such a wonderful show. And if I don't make them cry, I'll turn in my director's badge.
We ought to have a concession selling Kleenex in the lobby at intermission.
Yeah, there you go. And it was written by Robert Harding, and it was based on the life of his sister,
Right.
which I think makes it a little more meaningful, and it's certainly insightful in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I read an interview with him once, and he was very close to his sister, Susan, who was a diabetic, married, and risked her life having a baby. And they were very close. And after her death, he started writing as a way of coping with his grief. And at first he wrote journals, and then he thought, well, maybe he could write a short story. And then that seemed to take him into writing the play. And then, of course, he also wrote the screenplay for the motion picture. So,
Wow.
but yeah, it's a very personal account of, and these, you know, Malin was based on his mother and her friends, Weezer and Clary, and those are all, I think he said once that he was afraid everyone in the small town would know who Weezer was and be offended, because she's kind of a, yeah. Yeah, well, her first line is, "This is it, I have found it, I'm in hell." So she's definitely a curmudgeon. But he said the opposite happened. All the older ladies in town were going around bragging that they were Weezer.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah, that's me, I'm the one.
That's great. And let's see, what else is going on at the theater? It's a busy season at the theater. The next play after ours is Next to Normal.
Directed by our good friend Jason
Jason
Maley.
Maley. He is already cast. I think his performance dates are May 4th through 12th. That's going to be quite a show.
It is.
It has a number of mature subject matters, and it's probably not for kids, but
yeah.
it's a strong show. Won numerous Tonys and a Pulitzer Prize.
Yes.
It's a very powerful show. Look into the not upper side of suburbia, looking at all of the
And the kind of the stigma of mental illness
Yes.
is dealt with in a very sensitive way.
coping with it
yeah.
in a family, and well, everybody sings.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
So that sounds fun. This summer, Shakespeare in the Park is Romeo and Juliet, and their auditions are coming up pretty soon. What, April 9th and 10th?
9th and 10th, I think.
That's great, and there's always room for more people in a Shakespeare play. That guy
That's
cast
right.
more characters than anybody I ever saw.
And that's
So-
how a lot of Gaslight people get their start, is show up for Shakespeare.
Well, and I think Shakespeare is one of the important things we do for the community every
It
year.
is, yeah.
Shakespeare in the Park is free to everyone.
That's right.
And it's a full-blown, really involved, I think, well done every year production, and a nice experience for everybody. So come out to Government Springs Park in July, June 20th
Yeah.
through 24th for that. And then somebody's doing the summer musical. Let's see, who's that?
Who would that be?
I don't know.
That would be me.
Yes.
I have the great good fortune to be directing one of my all-time favorite movies made into a musical, Young Frankenstein. And Mel Brooks, of course, wrote the movie along with Gene Wilder, but he also wrote the music for the musical, which was on Broadway for a while, and it just about 3 months ago it opened in London and is getting rave reviews. It's very similar to the movie. Fans of the movie you'll hear all your favorite lines. Put the candle back, and so we're really looking forward to it. My good friend Brett Walenzik is going to be music director. And so we're excited to work together. Our auditions are coming up right away. They are April 7th and 8th, and that's a Saturday, Sunday, just not long after the show closes. So I'll just be diving right into my next project.
One right after the other.
That's
Well,
right.
I have to admit, I have never seen the musical. I love that movie.
I know.
Well, it's classic. It's priceless. So I am totally excited to come see it and be surprised and amazed.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be a lot of fun. And we need a pretty big cast for that one. So you can find out all about audition information, how to sign up for auditions, times and dates and places on the Gaslight website, gaslighttheatre.org. So, and also on the Gaslight Facebook page, which is Gaslight Theatre of Enid. And go to the events tab and you'll find audition information and show information, as well as how to buy tickets.
Yeah, and if you go to the website, you can subscribe and join our monthly newsletter, which gives you an update on all the shows and auditions that are coming up and what's going on. And, you know, this theater is probably the most welcoming, most inclusive theater I've ever been involved with. Most theaters aren't like this. People walk in and they're just part of the family, and it's a wonderful experience. If you've got any interest in the theater, man,
We'll find you a job to
You
do.
don't have to get on the stage.
That's right.
You know, you can start out easy, or we can find you a one-line part, or a walk-on, or a backstage experience. There's
I have a friend who
lots of
says, if you ever
things.
have a character that just has to bring on a tray, call me. She's a little shy of having to memorize lines, but we'll find something.
Well,
great to do,
and
so.
yes, and everybody else who's interested, come on down. We'd love to see you. Well, let's see, what else do we need to talk about? I think
Just buy tickets
getting
for
there.
Steel Magnolias.
Absolutely.
And gather up a bunch of your friends and get a group discount. 10 tickets or more, and you get a group special.
That's
So
true. That's true.
That's always fun.
And we still have tickets left there, but don't hesitate too long.
That's right.
Because we've had really good ticket sales. We're sold out on a couple of nights, but there are lots of nights left and lots of seats, and we would love to have you come in and see the show the 16th through 18th and 22nd through 24th. And we would also like to say the theater's indebted to Enid Television for giving us a chance to get out and talk to you and visit with you. And we always enjoy one of our sessions of community talk. So until next time, we'll see you at the theater.
Hi, I'm Vicki Grants, and this is Jet, and we're with the Enid SPCA. And we are working really hard to make Enid a more humane community. Be sure and check us out on Community Talk.